I'm just saying that it's Draymond's time.
So Devin in the Uber called, and again, Saturday, I wake up, I try to do the right thing and live the right way, and I missed the target many times, but I'm trying. But I know right from wrong. And Devin in the Uber, I love you. You are part of the show and the station, but I totally disagree with you because you called and you were giving Dray the benefit of the doubt. And the reason I'm bringing Devin up, Steiny, is who in the organization benefits from Draymond and that quote about him being so open and saying that him and Steve Kerr, that discussion culminated with Steve crying. You could say, Goo, get off of it. It means nothing. But I think I could ask 5 guys within that organization, like, who won by Dray sharing to the world that Steve cried in a conversation they had after that debacle in December? Like, my point is that's not helping. If I'm Dray, I don't feel like that's helping me stay where I want to be. If I'm like, oh, he did it again, huh? He did it again, huh? Like, that's how you get moves out of someplace.
Well, okay, and this is where it'll become an endless circle. Yeah, they haven't. Like, why? Like, he doesn't go onto a podcast to say, what can I say today to bring everybody together? What can I mean, he goes onto a podcast to say his truth, and
to hell with what I do, to what light I put Steiny in with sharing my truth, unless you got an agenda and you want that out there.
I mean, on the one, I don't think in the grand scheme of things, what he said was outrageous. It's just most players don't say that. Most players, people. Most players will tell a teammate, boy, if I played in that system, I could be better. But you don't say that, hey, my coach is hindering what I'm trying to do. But again, like, I think we should have learned our lesson by now that what gets us upset about Draymond Green maybe doesn't get the organization upset about Draymond Green. I think they roll their eyes. I think they say Draymond's at it again.
No doubt.
But I don't think that they say, well, this is the last straw. I don't know that there is a last straw with Draymond Green other than his contract running out at the end of the upcoming season. Leroy's in Oakland. What's going on, Leroy? How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic, Steiny. What's up, Steiny? What's up, Boo?
What's up, Lee? Am I being too rough, man? Thursday. Am I being too rough on Dray? I'm a good dude, man. I'm just calling it like I see it.
Goo, you usually don't let stuff like I'm about to say slip by, Goo. You let it slip, Goo.
Oh.
You didn't see.
Uh-oh.
You didn't read between the lines, Goo.
Go ahead. I'm excited.
A long time ago, Draymond had a quote, and it rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, this sounds like a coach talking. This doesn't sound like Draymond. And here's the quote. Why should I take a jumper or go to the hole and take a shot when if I wait an extra second, an extra 2 seconds, the greatest shooter in the world, Curry or Klay Thompson, is going to pop open. And when he said that, I went, what? That sounds like a coach talking. And here's my point. I think when Draymond says that Steve Kerr was a hinder, he doesn't want to say what he really wants to say. He really wants to say that Steve Kerr asked me to sacrifice my game for the greatest shooter in the world. And actually, we had 2 of them at one time. And I think that's what he doesn't want to say. And I think that's what he means by a hindrance to his career. I was asked, but here it is, Draymond. Don't say it's a hindrance if you accepted the role.
That's a great point.
And you become a Hall of Famer accepting the role. And so that's when he said, hey, I got to take the good with the bad, man. But look what it's done for my career. So then just don't say hinder because you accepted the role and, hey, you become a Hall of Famer about it. But the hinder kind of confused everybody and rubbed them the wrong way. But that's what I think he meant. I think he was asked to do it, and he did it. And, hey, we're championships in. So hey, no big deal to me, Goo.
Oh,
big
no.
deal to me,
I love
Steiny.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm I also think Draymond probably in his heart of hearts knows, yeah, if I would have played on another team, I could have averaged 15 or 16 a game. And we would have gone 40 and 42.
Wow.
Like, he's got to know that. And I think he does. It's just like any defensive specialist saying, oh, I can do more than play defense. I just wasn't, asked or allowed to. And that's a common sentiment from a lot of players, but they don't say it on their podcast.
Now listen, and I know people that personally know Draymond Green, Steiny. I know he's a good father. I know he's a good dude. I mean that. I'm critiquing him as a teammate, and that's as far as I go. But what about when Dray made me like Dray? When he said, kids told me they want to be like me, and I was like, I'm ass. We know Dray's not ass. But offensively, you're not one of the greats. You're not Kobe, Jordan, or Durant. So now we're having this conversation about you having those type of offensive dreams. All of a sudden, at the end of your career, you had to took a back seat because, I just don't like that. But bottom line is, it's kind of crazy to me because I'm asking you, and I've done it, and Evan, I'm going to ask you. You guys talked about it yesterday. Because I feel something is out of bounds doesn't mean you have to feel that way. But the fact today, Thursday, before a non-payday Friday, Draymond Green let the world know Steve had tears in his eyes on a conversation why did that have to come out? Help me therapy, Evan.
I will.
Why did we have to know that Steve cried?
That's not the question.
It's not about Steve not crying. It's about, or crying. Why did you have to? There's something there that you wanted to go put on a billboard that I think is unfair to Steve.
There is something there. I'm with you. And maybe we'll take some time during the break, Evan and I, to talk about it's the fact that he said Steve cried that gets you. So it's not about Kerr, Draymond. I want to know why Draymond's saying Steve cried.
Because that's like Evan and I in the caddy having a conversation, and then I come in here and Evan got emotional, and I say, yeah, we had a great and Evan even cried. Like, that's not cool, man.
You said Evan was out of line, Evan was this or that.
Well, said, look, Evan, I think you know what I'm saying.
What's more interesting, that Draymond said Steve Kerr cried, or that it is driving Guru up a wall?
Your take's not a hot take.
There you go.
All right.